Got it? Okay, let's give a warm round of applause for Wilma Rudolph, who's the fastest woman in the world. She started life with polio and ended with fame. Give her a round of applause. Hi, welcome Wilma. I've always been a huge fan of yours. I know life wasn't easy for you when you were younger. Can you perhaps tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up?
Well, I was living with a big family. I was the 20th child out of 22 children. Although my father had already married another woman before marrying my mom, he had 14 children before marrying my mom. And when I was born, I weighed only 4.5 pounds, which meant that I was very light when I was born.
Okay. And you also, how did you deal with the disease that you had, polio?
Well, I was very relaxed about it, and I felt that everything had a cure, and that you get what you get, and everything
happens for a reason, right? So you're very philosophical about it. Okay. But you obviously battled that disease and had many achievements. Would you like to tell us about your achievements?
When in the summer of 1960, I went to the Rome Olympics, and that day I sprained my ankle, but I still managed to get 3 gold medals.
That's incredible.
And I was on the first race, which was the 100-meter dash. I was very tired, but what I focused on was the finish line.
Okay. So you won a gold for the 100 meters, and what were the other 2 golds for?
The 200-meter dash and the 200 times 4 meter relay.
Okay, thank you. Now I know it would have been tough growing up as a black woman in the 60s. Was there anyone that inspired you or that you looked up to that guided you?
Well, since I spent most of my life having polio and a lot of sicknesses, I didn't really look up to anybody, but I did I looked up to my sister because she also played basketball. And during the time I had polio, I couldn't walk, obviously. And during that time, the local school that accepted black wouldn't accept me because I couldn't walk. But when I was 6, the doctor said that I would be ready for a brace. When I first went to school with a brace, I still couldn't play sports, but
But it didn't stop you with some great achievements. Were you inspired by Muhammad Ali in any way, because he was a very famous black athlete during that time?
Yes, he also helped me in standing up against the government. He was black and I was black, and he was also an athlete like me, and he was very talented.
And did he offer you guidance and strength?
Yes, he did.
Well, it's been a real pleasure. We are amazed by your achievements, especially after the sickness that you had. And I know that there's a couple of people here that would like to ask questions, but would like to give you a round of applause first. Okay, girls and boys, are there any questions that you would like to ask? Let's have 3 questions. Yusuf?
Well, my dad always said that when I took my first few steps, I didn't just walk, but I ran.
So you were running.
So I basically had a very active life, but.
Okay, well, thank you. Does that answer your question? Okay. And Khaled?
Did you meet Muhammad in 1960?
I met Muhammad Ali in the 1960s, and he stood up against the government with me, as I said before.
So he was a role model for you. Okay, last question then, Abdullah.
Who made you want join races?
Well, when I had a competition with my teammates for basketball when I was 16, and a coach met me. There's a coach that met me, and he liked the way that I ran, he liked the way how I ran. So he took me on the track and field team, which led me to college. So in 1960, he basically nominated me for the Olympics.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure. We hope you continue with your running and win some more gold medals for your country. Give her a round of applause.